Hi there, it's Clive Linen again here today with another meal replacement review. So I've looked at lots and lots of different meal replacement reviews. I've looked at Soylent, which is the big one in the US, Huel, which is the big one in the UK, and then across Europe you've got Saturo, you've got Plenty, you've got Jibby Joy, you've got Huel, you've got lots of different ones in Europe. So it's a big thing. And it's not just Europe, it's not just America. Obviously Australia, there was Nut, and there's some other ones in Australia which I haven't tried yet. But today we are looking at Japan. Here we have a meal replacement product called Comp. So it's exactly on the same principles of Huel and Soylent. It's meant to deliver all your body's sort of nutrient and mineral requirements in an easy digestible form. So the principle behind all these meal replacement products are that we can't get all our bodily sort of nutritional and mineral requirements from any one sort of food source. So we have to eat the right amount of greens, or make sure that we're eating the right carbohydrates, and then there's the proteins, and there's no one food product that kind of combines all of those in one easy way, and that's why we have to have a varied diet. The principle behind these meal replacement products is that it combines all those essential minerals and nutrients, as I say, in a powder form that you mix up with water or milk or whatever your favourite beverage, and voila, there you go. In the US, Soylent kicked off with Soylent, and we're looking at the Japanese version here, started in 2016, I believe, for exactly that purpose, and it's Comp. And Comp claims to provide here essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, and dietary fibre, and they've based their breakdown of those things, those elements, on the Japanese Ministry of Food sort of standard requirements. So various government food requirements across the world, the globe, vary slightly, but they're all much of a muchness. There are differences, but roughly they all have the same principle at hand. So I thought I'd give this Japanese meal replacement product a go. This is 96 grams and it's 400 calories. Handily on their website, comp.jp, they give a breakdown of the sort of recommended calorie intakes depending on your age, gender, etc., and how much activity you get up to on a regular day. And for me, they think it's about 2,000 and 2,200 calories. So that sort of mark between 2,000 to 2,400 calories for a kind of a male adult seems to be fairly consistent across the world, and this represents about a fifth to a sixth of that total intake in this packet here, 96 grams of the powder. To make it, you add about 300 mils of water, or you can add it to coffee, so you can make 300 mils of coffee and mix it up with coffee. There's one I notice on the site where it says you can mix it in with sort of corn soup, so a soup. I'm not sure what it's going to taste like. It's soy based, so I think it's got a sort of a soy milk sort of taste to it, but I don't know. That's what we're going to find out. So 300 mils of water to 100 grams of this. You can buy larger packets, that's what it says, 100 grams, but these specially ready-made packets are 96 grams. So I'll apply the 300 mils of water for that, and I'm going to blitz it in the NutriBullet, and we'll give it a go. So let's see what it tastes like. Let's go. So just before I mix it up, I put it in the NutriBullet, but you can see here it's really fine. So it's much more fine than some of the other meal replacement products I've tried. Really fine powder. So I'm going to blitz it up and we'll see. So I blitzed it up in the old NutriBullet, and as you can see, it's got a real, it's much paler than most of the meal replacement powders that I've tried, and it's as pale as milk. It's got that kind of, certainly got that kind of milk colour to it. It's quite frothy at the top. That's because I've blitzed it, I think. It does say sometimes it doesn't mix, so you sort of make it into sort of a bit of a paste, and then if you're using a shaker, make it into a bit of a paste, and then add more water, and then it should dissolve. But I've just blitzed it straight away, so this should be fairly all dissolved pretty well. Smell wise, yeah, it's got that. Bear in mind, it's no sort of, it's a plain flavour to it. It's got no sort of vanilla flavouring or anything like that. I can smell that slight sort of malty taste that you get with the other meal replacement products I've tried. But let's say there's not a real strong smell at all there. So let's give it a taste, and we'll check out the texture and the flavour. Wow, that's smooth. That is really smooth. That is a really smooth drink. Of all the powders that I've tried, yeah, that's the smoothest. It's almost like the ready-made drinks. So a lot of these meal replacement products, they can come as ready-made drinks, and obviously they're sort of refined much, in sort of, factory or whatever, and so it's much better than you can do just sort of shaking up a powder and stuff. And it's like that. It's on a par with a ready-made drink. There's no real discernible taste to it. It does taste, I guess, a bit like a soy milk. You could have this as sort of a milk replacement. I can see now it could work in how it would work in coffee. It's silky and smooth. There's a slight hint of thickness to it, not very much. And that's because I kind of blitzed it, I think. So it's like a milk, like a sort of a full fat milk texture to it. Really smooth. I mean, it tastes quite nice, even though there's not meant to be any discernible taste. It doesn't feel like, it's not gloopy. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by that. As I say, not a real sort of strong taste of anything, but it's sweet. There's a certain sweetness to it, which makes it like sort of like milk. There's a certain sweetness to milk, and it's on a par with that. So it's like having a sort of a soy milk, I guess, is the closest thing I can think of. But very nice. Whether it fills me up or not, I'm going to say there is a hint of thickness there, so it may well fill up the stomach. It doesn't feel watery, and it doesn't taste watery. That's for one that doesn't have a sort of it's not a distinct flavour like a vanilla or a chocolatey one or a banana-y one. I mean, you could add flavours to this. Banana would nightly, chop up some fresh bananas in that. Obviously, it's going to change the structure of the nutrients and stuff that you're bringing in. Obviously, adding in banana or whatever additive that you're putting. But it does say, actually, interesting enough, if you mix it with coffee, then the nutrient balance is not really changing any, because the only difference with coffee, the only real thing in coffee is caffeine. So that's the only other addition to the minerals and nutrients that you're already getting from this. I will try it with coffee, and we can see what's that like. But so far, certainly blitzed up. It's got a slight, because that sort of frothiness to it. It's nice and silky smooth, and it tastes fine. If we have a quick look at the breakdown, you see it's made up. It's got some protein, lipids, sugar, a lot of sugar content, but that's from the carbohydrates. It's not just pure sugar. Dietary fibre, which is a blend of inulin and cellulose. Inulin's very good for the stomach and the cells, and helping repair cells. It mentions vitamin C and vitamin E, and a number of other vitamins are in there, but it doesn't give a complete list of vitamins. It may well do on the pack, but the pack's in Japanese and I can't read the breakdown on that. And then 13 types of minerals that we usually need, such as bone formation, and hormone support. And you've got calcium, magnesium, zinc and copper. So a lot of the similar elements and minerals, as I say, because it's based on the Japanese Ministry of Food sort of dietary requirements, and so that's how they've made up the various constituents of the drink. But so far, very nice. I'm not sure it's readily available actually in Europe or the US, but it works out about £2. A pack of this works out about £2.80, so it's at the sort of middle to higher end of the powders that I've tried, which has varied anywhere between about £1.70 to about £3.50, or about, say, €2 to €4 in terms of price. So it's not bad for 400 calories. It's a reasonable amount. And as I say, we'll see whether it fills me up, and we'll give it a go and see what it's like with coffee. So I made up 300 mils of coffee. Let's try it. I'm going to blitz that, and we'll see what it tastes like. Like you say, so it's not very dark like coffee, but that's basically half of the mixture. I put it in a nice coffee cup. Make all the difference. Oh, and I hadn't added any sweetener. I'm not getting it. It feels slightly more powdery actually with the coffee. But it's nice. I'd probably add more coffee to it actually. It loses some of its sweetness just on its own. But yeah, put it with your coffee. It's a great way to drink it for a breakfast. It would make a perfect breakfast, I think. Anyway, there you go. That's the coffee version. Anyway, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, comment below. I always try to get back to those comments. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading other videos. And I'm going to be back with a video very soon, because Comp do a range of products. They do it in drink form, they do it in a powder form, and they do it in gummy form, which is in here. So like Jelly Babies, a meal replacement product in the form of little sort of gelatine sweets. So I'll be doing a review on that very shortly, so look out for that. Once again, thanks for watching.